I don't think people are really expecting any appreciation in the near term. Any depreciation of the dollar in the near term, and rather we're just looking for further appreciation and more of the same.
And that's despite this little pullback that we saw right after the Fed.
Yeah, I think this is just very much of a small pullback, again, because of the Fed. I still see the long-term trend of the dollar going up for quite some time.
That is Erin Gibbs of S&P Investment Advisory Services on CNBC's Closing Bell, predicting that the U.S. dollar's value will continue to increase worldwide. The dollar index now at its highest point in 12 years, which is somewhat paradoxical, given the fact that there is such a time of a lack of prosperity economically in the United States. I know the numbers have changed somewhat, but let's face it, if we were gauging unemployment the way we used to, instead of saying, oh, if you're not looking for work anymore, you don't count. I mean, the unemployment rate would be at double digits, and there always looms the Federal Reserve. During my days in Congress, I would get more mail about that.
You know how to examine that information. You always talk to me about that, Al. You can't just look at a story head on. You got to dig a little deeper in the numbers, the poll numbers. When they say the economy is doing well, when they say there are more jobs out there, you really need to dig a little deeper.
Which is why we're so glad to dig a little deeper with the senior editor of the High Income Factor newsletter at Money News. It's our friend Tom Hutchinson, who is checking in from Newsmax, New York. Tom, what is causing the dollar's value to skyrocket like this?
Relative. It's not that we're so good. It's just that everybody else is so bad. And although this recovery has been pretty anemic, if you look at Europe and Japan, we're doing great. And so not only are we in better relative economic shape, but we also have divergent central bank policies. The Fed here has ended its bond buying program and is on course to start raising rates. They're going completely the opposite direction in Europe and Japan with massive bond buying programs and near zero interest rates. And for those two reasons, the dollar's soaring.
And do you expect the dollar to continue to rise?
Yeah, I do, because the dynamic that has driven it higher still persists. We're on track to raise interest rates. Europe is not reversing course anytime soon with their liberal central bank policies.
And is that
That's not going to change. Well, it depends who you are. If you're a regular American consumer, it's pretty good. It's keeping prices down. It's making imports cheaper. So that's pretty good. The downside is the stock market, because we have a stock market here that's pretty highly valued. It's near around 19 times earnings or so, which is historically pretty high. Now, what's happened is the high dollar is causing exporters' earnings to drop. It's estimated that in the first quarter that companies on the S&P 500 with 50% or more of their sales overseas are going to see earnings drop double digits. Now, the problem is you need strong earnings to justify stock prices at this level. And the strong dollar is putting a huge bite in that, and it's making a lot more uncertainty in the market.
Tom, 30 seconds. You wrote recently of the importance of raising the interest rates in 2015. Why is raising the rate so important? Again, 30 seconds.
Well, raising the rate, I mean, they're priced near zero, and they have been since 2008. And the economy justifies a higher level of interest rates, so you don't fall behind the curve later as you get inflationary pressures. And also on a relative basis, it's important that we raise the interest rates. Plus, the Fed said they were going to do it. You can't turn around after the world corrects, the markets adjust to your raising rates, and then turn around and not do it. They'll lose credibility.
Yeah, interesting. Fed cred. That's an interesting way to look at it. Tom Hutchinson, thanks so much. To learn more about the high income factor, simply go to moneynews.com/HIF. Hour number 2 is up next on America's Forum. Please stay tuned.